Everybody with a check ain't certified. If you look behind, he say you see a murder house. A lot of people that I beef, it wasn't worth my time. Got my
Oh, my creatives, what's going on? You already know when the high go. It's another edition of Cut. You know what the Cut stand for? Culture, urban, technology, and sports. Nonetheless, man, we bring the power players to you here to speak about whatever they want, however they want, whatever they need, you know what I'm saying, to move the culture forward. Nonetheless, I'm going to my right, to your left, however you want to put it. Where can we go? Artists, community, I want to say activist, community liaison, I think. I think that'd be the best way to put it. No, I'm just saying. It's up to you.
Yeah, community liaison, community activist, writer.
Okay.
A&R, artist, developer.
Yes.
Executive producer.
I've known him for a long time. I've seen him in trenches, do what he do.
That's a fact.
And just overall, just staying with it. I mean, listen, you know how I feel my creators when it comes to the creators that come up here. You know, it's not just any old body that just come up here. It's those that really, you know, been resilient, stayed through the grind, really been through the trenches, pivoted, however they pivoted. But nonetheless, got Flowboy Duce in the building. Flowboy Duce, what's going on, son?
What's up, my brother? How are you?
Nah,
man?
chilling. I'm just here, man. We here.
It's a long time coming.
Yes. It is. We many trials are getting you up here, and stuff like that. But unless you are here, what say you? What's going on? What's the word?
Man, I'm tired. I'm a little tired.
Okay.
I was up editing last night, editing some vlogs, and then the night before that, I was in the studio with Day 26. We was working on some records. They about to make a big comeback.
Oh wow! Shout out to Day 26. Shit, my crayons. We didn't, it's not even the first 40 seconds, and we're already dropping. It's not even the first minute, and we're already dropping some bombs. Not bombs. Whoa! Not bombs. Dropping surprises. Thank you.
Yet.
No. We don't drop bombs here. We don't drop bombs.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah, we don't drop bombs.
Got you. But then the night before that, I did the it was the what's it called, the Bronx Halloween parade.
Okay.
I walked in that with Guns Down, Life Up.
Okay, shout out to Guns Down, Life Up. They tremendously been always doing their thing in the culture. Period. Gotta get them. I gotta get them up there. Jay, yo, cut the bullshit. Come up here, bro.
Yeah, you definitely gotta get Jim or June.
Jim, Jay,
or somebody. You gotta get somebody.
Cut the crap, man. Like guys, let's cut the crap. Let's cut the crap. Yeah, continue.
But I'm a part of a lot of major projects this year that's gonna be releasing next year. So I've been tired. I've been tired on top of, I edit a lot of my own vlogs and, a lot of my own visual content. And you know how that is with editing. You staying up late, you know what I mean? And on top of that, I'm recording a project. Right here.
Exactly. Good old Bessie Blue right here.
And then on top of that, I'm recording. I'm in the midst of recording a project of my own, on top of promoting the 2 projects that I got out already. On top of Forever Remix got me running around.
Shit, let's even get right into that, man. I mean, Forever Remix has with Lil Mo, it definitely had some buzz. It definitely got people moving and going. What does this record represent for you right now as an artist? In this stage of your career?
So I think that it's not what I think. What it is when everybody is going right, I go left. Right. So when everybody was doing sexy drill, I went and I did a dance record. You know what I mean? I've kind of always been like that in my career.
Right.
When everybody was doing drill and all of that, I put out Pay for That. And what I'm starting to learn is every time I go left and everybody goes right, I break through. You know what I mean? I break through and I get the respect from, the industry and a lot of, industry, cultivators. The problem is I don't understand New York.
Okay.
I don't get it. I don't understand how, I can have people from Japan to Korea to Spain dancing to this record, but DJ Drewski won't play it. Self won't bite on it. Nobody is not really biting. The only person who bid on it is Will
Shout out to DJ Will.
Yeah, big shout out to DJ Will and some of the other union DJs. Trey Nice, he was the first union DJ to break it at a party, and then Will was the first to break it on radio, and then it played on Pro Style Show. I think that was Pro. Well, what's the guy named that DJs for Mariah Carey? He's on Power 105.
Oh, is that not Pro? Not
it's not Pro Style.
Is it First Choice?
Yeah, DJ First Choice. If I'm not
Shout
mistaken.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, my creators.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm right or wrong. You guys, if you're watching, you could say it in the comments. It's fine.
Yeah. So, and it's been getting good reaction. Satellite radio, North Carolina, LA. I'm trying to see what's going to go on with Philly and Boston and Connecticut right now. So, but I want my city, right? And I kind of be like, damn, like, is it like it can't be a blackball thing because obviously whatever but I just don't understand it. And
could we kind of let's really like dive into it. For me, I feel with artists sometimes, and me being, because as the last 5 years I've been a music executive. Shout out to DJ Chase, Worldwide Sound Records. You know how we do.
Big shout out DJ Chase. Big shout out to DJ Chase. He be playing Forever Remix too. Facts.
Yeah, you know
Love
what I'm
you,
saying?
my G.
Yes, you know what I'm saying. For me, for what I've assessed within the last 5 years as being a music executive, you know what I'm saying. It's been a lot of. I hate using the crutch politics, but also too, it depends on how well the relationship is with those people, and also to those that have the ability to break a record, and especially with a DJ, right? Because I think that's what's been major, even for 2025. I feel that's what's been majorly pushed as the main standard of agenda. Is like, yo, got to build that relationship up. And I'm not saying with you in particular, but I'm just saying as an overall general statement. Yeah. Because I can even say for me, right? I can even say for Remo Marak, okay, as much as the accolades, as much as the SEO is hitting, as much as whom I know, right, and where the level I know them, past maybe associate, past maybe colleague, past maybe, oh shit, we've known Remo since when he used to play basketball, right, or whatever the case may be.
And you could hoop, by the way.
Nah, I appreciate it. That's
hoop.
objective.
You could hoop, by the way.
Thank you. No, but
you could hoop.
But what I'm saying is, it sucks that within New York,
my bad,
that not so good. Everything be happening on cuts, but it sucks that within New York, that it seems, regardless of how you do and what you do, it's still like this overhill climb. Yeah, so I don't know. What say you based off of what I just said?
Yeah, so no. That does make a lot of sense though, because how I've garnered certain relationships was almost like I had to be in people's circles. But see, where I get confused is this: we always scream that we don't want anybody controlling our culture. We scream that.
Okay.
We scream the music is bad. We scream rap ain't right now, right? This is a non-cursing podcast, right?
No. I mean, come on, it's the host.
Okay.
Come on, did you not see my fucking? See my fucking post that I
just saw.
I got at people like, yo, fucking.
That shit was hilarious.
Nobody fucking knows you. And by the way, hold on, segue. Let me look into this camera. Let me segue. I know someone gonna feel, yo, Remo, who the hell do you think you are to say that? You're misinterpreting what it was, and you didn't really watch the full episode. Okay, me and DJ Epidemic are talking about a reoccurring thing that always happens in the networking spaces of hip hop. And what it is that instead of people doing the right thing and starting the relationship good on a good note and introducing yourself, at least some kind of manners, having some kind of mannerism, no, they want to go off the rip like you're supposed to know. And it's like, okay,
it's true.
Hello, Joe Schmo. Hello,
it's true.
I don't know Isha. Okay, yo.
But I blame Instagram for that.
Right, but that's what I'm gonna get to. I don't know of your music.
Yeah.
I don't know of your film. I don't know of whatever entertainment you do. Shit, even with your podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, this at minimum, depending on your region, at minimum, it's about freaking like 1,500 podcasts. Okay? It's only 24 hours in a day, so do your math.
Yeah.
How are you watching that?
It's
Or
true.
even with the music. Dear God, New York alone, there's about at minimum 5,000 fucking artists.
And
it doesn't matter what level of artistry or whatever to have you.
Yeah.
What do you want one to expect? So at the end of the day, you come a person, not you, but I'm just saying a artist or creative or whomever coming off the rip, like entitled, like somebody's supposed to know, Jackass. Or hey, Genius or Peon, nobody knows.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So that's what the whole rip was about. But let's get back to what you were saying. Let's piggyback off what you were saying.
Shit, I done forgot what I was saying.
No, you was on basically talking about it still confuses you about the connections and the circles and everything like that.
Yeah, so I mean not to make it too much of an issue. It's just a little bit confusing, and I don't want this to sound like a way, but like there's a difference between the indie scene and the music industry.
Right.
And a lot of people in the indie scene think they're in the music industry.
Right.
And they don't even know the difference. And there's nobody telling anybody there's a difference. You know what I mean? I've often been in certain conversations with artists and they get mad at me because they feel like, well, who the hell do you think that you are? And I'm just like, you're not in the music industry. Like, you're not in the business. You do music and you're in the indie scene and people know you on the indie scene or through the showcase circuit or what, but you're not in the business. And the reason why I know is because when I go to certain meetings and I'm in certain rooms, I don't see these people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Nah, that's valid.
So, and I'm not saying that to like, be funny or
be braggadocious. You're telling your truth. And that's okay.
So like, all right, I'll give you an example, right? So like, when I started doing references and stuff for the bigger artists, there would be like a call sheet, like a call email thing. All of the writers and producers and A&Rs, they're all on the same. Everyone's on. You know how it goes, bro. Everyone's on the same emails.
Like the pool, like the email pools.
I don't see none of these folks that be treating me like, "Who are you? I never heard of you," and I'd be like. So what I used to do is I would go and I would ask certain execs. I would pull up Instagram, like, you ever heard of this person? And they'd be like, no. And I would get confused because I'd be like, wait a minute. So-and-so on the radio and so-and-so's doing that. And they're like, Duce, I don't know those people. Like, if they're not charting or they're not like you, like in the circles and moving around and doing actual music business stuff, I don't know them. They're just guys that rap or that sing or whatever that's trying to get in. And it's like, I started learning the difference. I had an executive tell me, I'm going to show you that nobody knows you and you don't know nobody. Because when I first started working with him, I thought because the showcase circuit knew who I was, I thought I was on. I thought that was on. And I see a lot of these artists do that. I thought that was on. You know what I mean? I did. I thought it was on. So then this is when I learned, and which camera is mine?
This one's yours.
All right. So for artists, this is the higher you go, you're gonna learn this. Nobody knows you, and you don't know nobody. Now I'm gonna break it down. This executive took me to the what was the first big thing? I think it was the Hot 97. Summer Jam announcement party or something like that.
Yeah, that Hot 97 normally has.
Yeah, the announcement
before they normally have it about a couple of months
before Summer Jam. Right. Every year, and I've been going to them every year since. Now, I ain't gonna say names because certain folks already don't like my decree because I talk real. So, and I've been learning to tone it down because. This is just, we're an upside down world. So whatever. Right. So at that event, I ain't going to say no names, but it's a person that is pretty lit on Instagram. And they couldn't get in the yardie. It didn't matter what they Instagram. It didn't matter. It was about, are you doing real work in the industry? Right. What executive knows you? What person can co-sign you for real.
And I'll segue on that, and I'll say some truth serum. A couple of times I've got denied from the announcement party, even though Remo Marac is Remo.
Wait a minute, I saw you that day.
No. Correct, but I didn't get in.
But I wasn't talking about you, though.
No. No.
Yeah.
Listen, understand.
Because I was mad. Remember, I was mad. I was like, yo, why they not letting you in?
Right. And and this is why I'm adding on to what you're saying, because we have to understand. See, all right, I'm gonna put it like this, and I'm only speaking. I don't know how higher I am than you as far as the vet in years.
Yeah.
But I'm speaking in this, right? A lot of times, it's not because who you know or what you know. Mm-hmm. It's about why they know of what you do. You get what I'm saying?
Yo.
So I said, no. We're going look. Listen. My crazy. You know what Cuts is about. So listen. I'm gonna keep it a buck, right? That day.
Did you ever find out? Like
I knew what it was. Me and the individual, we talked. Whatever. I got what it was. But I could have put it like this: if the Ruger Sprayer wanted to.
Wow, multi-platinum producer D Stacks is calling me right now.
Shout out to D Stacks. Yeah. No, but look. If I really wanted to, right? If I really, really, really honestly wanted to, I could have really went into my mentor, right?
Right.
My creatives, I've said who my mentor is many a times here. I'm not going to say it here. Okay. I've said who many a times.
Right.
Made the emergency call. And we could have eliminated everything, right?
Right.
But what I've learned over the years, even now as the years got higher with my veteranship, there's times to make the call and there's times not to make the call.
You ain't lying.
Okay? That particular moment, okay, yes, have I been a part of Hot 97? Yes, I have.
Yeah.
By way of Hip Hop Gamer, Hot 97.
Shout out to Hip Hop Gamer,
for the years I produced his show.
Yeah.
Right? Film, produced, whatever. Right? Individual and I, despite, yes, she knows who Remo Marac is. Right. But there's always that MIB, memory, mind sweep shit, whatever, cool. Or whatever. Hey, listen, whatever, cool. How she feels, what Remo Marac is, I can't control that. And I'm not gonna allow anybody in this industry.
But let me ask you something. But isn't that isn't that kind of whack though? Like, so my question is this: like, so if we keep judging or like accepting folks in certain circles based off of who they are and not how good they do what they do, how do we keep the culture intact?
All right. So basically with that, right, I'm going to keep it a buck with you, right? Because the business has come to that point, right? It's hard to go back to, okay, hey, your talent matters, right? Because of all the elements, technology, business, who the person is.
Right.
Social media element. Even to where the age gap within the offices. Okay? And let's listen. The ones that held the standard, right?
Yeah.
They're pretty much gone in a sense because they were there for 40, 50 years.
I know a lot of good people that got lost their job from major labels.
Right? You got to remember all those years, all the companies that they had the turnover rate and all that stuff, and turnover this, what got influxed? More youth, right? More youth in certain positions,
right?
Or whatever the case may be, right?
Right.
So now what do you have? Okay, if you got more people that are the pinpoint people or the power people in play that are younger or whatever have you, what do you think is going to be the standard?
Okay,
is it going to be more of an older standard as far as, okay, your talent should matter versus marketability, business, social media essence, and numbers or what have you? Or is it going to be the fact of, okay, this is what the regime is going to be? Really what it depends upon is you, the creator.
Right.
What is the creator going to do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So at that point, that's why for the last 5 years, Remo Marak has forever been preaching about what? Search engine optimization. And the reason why I've been saying that constantly is because to separate people from thinking that social media is the only end.
Yeah,
that's
facts.
not the only end.
It's really not.
And listen,
I'm a prime example of that.
Yeah, no, and over here too. Now, if anybody is a prime example of how the SEO within a short span of time of 5 years since pandemic and their trajectory and everything has shot up like that, it's Remo Marak. You can say what you want, say what you will. You can't say the number of times I've been on national television. Okay, and I'll keep it a buck. My engagement was very low.
Yeah.
Okay, with the Drew Barrymore show. When I made the appearance on the Drew Barrymore show. My engagement at that time wasn't even as high as what it is now.
Right.
Okay, I got found on that. Bleacher Report. Me being on Bleacher Report.
Right.
Okay, with the House of Highlights. Okay, and every other thing in the bigger rooms. Okay, but the thing is, hold on. Let me land, and I definitely got you for sure.
Right.
But the thing is that you gotta, in a way, within you, and I know it's hard for creatives to do this. You really gotta set yourself up mentally, physically, spiritually, and whatever have you to really be knowledge of self at the end of the day. And it's not to say like, okay, independent wise and nothing like that. This is just for going forward. Trust me, there's many no's. I question the people like, yo, why the no? You know, why just the no? Instead of just give me a quality no. You see, you got to understand the no's too. There are bullshit no's.
Yeah.
And there's quality no's. Now, okay, from said person, I'm not going to say her name, although we had the discussion, and I'm not going to say the event we had the discussion on, but this is all true facts.
Right.
I understood it. And I said, okay, I got you. You know, and also too, I want creators to like take heed, listen, and understand here right now. You gotta do your best to be as diligent with your brand in 2025 more than ever, because at a certain point now, because things are so much in abundance, right?
Yep.
You got the fakers, the scammers, the people, the true purist of talent. But we also got to understand. You got to understand also the marketability. A good amount of the companies lost sight of just talent versus, okay, what can we bring in numbers? How are we going to meet the ROI or whatever have you?
The business.
You get what I'm saying? The business part of it, right? And I know creatives don't like hearing that.
Well,
even my creators don't like hearing that. But, you know, that's the best way I could explain that. But for you, you know, what's your insight?
Well, the thing is, I mean, I disagree with some of it.
Okay.
Only for the simple fact that there's no executives that's under 30.
Well, what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is, so the executives that you know, right? And some of them
they're all 40 plus.
No, true. But they're not, put it like this, they're of entertainment, but they're not of like, okay, like the events of the party scene.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
The nightlife part of it.
Their thing is, okay, numbers, ROI, okay, who's making sure public relations wise, we're not messing up. How are things looking in a routine and the tightness of this shit?
Right.
And I'm not saying they don't matter. No, they do matter. But it's different levels to the shit.
No, you're right about that, because I've sat with some of the execs that I'm cool with, and I'm just like yo, like you see me, I've been out here kicking ass. Like, what's up? I get my own radio play, and I've had executives sit me down. I'm not gonna say his name. Me and you both know him. We both partied with him or whatever.
Okay.
And one day he said, Duce, do you think I like to sign the stuff that I sign? And I was like, well, if you don't, then why are you doing it? And he said, because I have bosses.
Yeah.
And my bosses don't give a shit that Flowboy Duce is one of the best artists. They give a shit that this guy that's speaking about nothing
can they make the ROI?
So, but now here's where here's where that just slapped everybody in the face. I don't know if you know, but there's a big investigation that's being done right now. The FCC is investigating everyone right now. I don't know if you know.
I've kind of heard about it. I mean, I haven't really, because I don't know if you know, the Ruger sprayer just made a big move, over the summer. I haven't really caught up to
okay,
unpacking
so
everything. But
I'll break it down.
I heard to the wire about it. I think I got an idea.
Yeah, I'll break it down.
What's going on?
Because I don't want to. This shit, like, they're literally like they're watching everyone and everything.
Yeah, correct.
But what I will say is this: payola is the reason why artists like me is being held back.
Yeah,
and the FCC is tired of it because at the very top level, they're like, all right, so here's what it is, okay? The folks that control how endorsements work within an artist or control other aspects of entertainment, they're trying to figure out, okay, why isn't rap charting when there's been actively so much music released within the last 5 to 10 years, right? So now they're like, okay, wait a minute. So what are y'all all doing that music isn't charting, but artists are still able to get radio play? Artists are that so now the FCC is like, okay, wait a minute. Something's wrong here, because the executives are complaining about Spotify, they're complaining about TikTok, they're complaining, and then artists are going on tour. They can't sell out venues. We're talking about major artists. I'm talking about major artists.
No, right.
They're barely selling merch. Artists have to put old songs on new albums to go platinum, right? I'm not making none of this up.
Covers. No, covers.
This is all a thing.
Yeah, that's covers.
So now the folks at the top that audit people, if you will, they like, wait a minute. Something is not right. How y'all finding stars via TikTok and Instagram in one breath, and then in the next breath y'all saying y'all not making y'all bottom line, and then in the next breath y'all cashing out on Spotify, then in the next the music is oversaturated, nothing's being on radio. Remember, radio produces stars. Radio hasn't been producing any stars. They was basically counting on TikTok and Instagram. Now that they're seeing, holy crap, we're getting these TikTok and Instagram artists, but they can't get past the threshold because they don't have a catalog. So the folks that audit people, they want to know, okay, enough is enough. What's going on? Because there's too many black moguls suing. It's too many people suing. People like Nicki Minaj coming out saying certain stuff. I know about a lot of stuff because, behind the scenes I'm around, and some of the stuff that I hear, I be like, man, like, even with the Instagram bot thing, like,
yeah, that right there.
Like, there's companies that have reached out to me, and I asked them, well, why should I pay you for this? And they will show me screenshots. I swear. They will send me screenshots of some of y'all favorite artists paying for Instagram followers, paying for TikTok followers, paying
but that's always been a thing.
But that all falls all, because when the RICO fall, it's over.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But that all falls under payola. So now the FCC is like, wait a minute. And some guys that me and you know very well, unfortunately, are being watched.
Oh, I mean, listen. I'll keep it a buck. I'll keep it a buck with you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Right. It was inevitable to happen, and you have to understand, because besides the overflow, put it like this: the overflow is not meeting the gist of the business, if that makes sense.
Right. So that's why the folks that do audits, I'm just saying it like that because, that's the only way they going to understand. The folks that do audits, that's their thing. They're like, okay, how come all of the artists that's over 35 is touring, they selling merch? Most of the artists that's over 35, they're independent. So that means that the folks that do audits, they're seeing those taxes being paid, and It's not adding up. So they're saying this. Let's say a Master P, right? I'll just say for the sake of the conversation, right? They're looking at what Master P is paying out on his business expenses. They're looking at what Master P is paying out via taxes, right? And then they're looking at a Def Jam, or no, let me not make them an example. Plant Records. You know, I'm just making that as
listen, and also too, I want it to be understood for flow's sake and for argument's sake.
Yeah.
Everything that we're
allegedly.
is allegedly. Okay?
Yeah, it's allegedly.
So let's not get crazy.
Right.
We're not being conspiracy theorists.
No, we're
like
not.
that. But
we're
allegedly, things have been occurring.
Right. I forgot you guys say that these days.
Yeah.
So let's say, so they seeing Master P stuff. Then they looking at Plant Records and they're like, okay, Plant Records. You know, labels are supposed to sign like between like 19 and 28 artists a year or whatever, and then half of those artists. This is some free game for artists. Half of those artists out of the 28 or the 19 are tax write-offs. You know, it sucks, but that's just, you know, I'm sorry, guys.
Nature of the business.
So if you ever seen or heard an artist that was really, really good and he got a record deal and you never heard him again, he was a tax write-off. The label didn't have a plan to put him out. Okay, so now they're looking at Plant Records and they're like, okay, the numbers aren't adding up. They're grossing this, but it's not this. And then, you know, when you're an LLC or you're a incorporation, you know, certain tax breaks you get, whatever. So, now imagine, so now let's say, imagine Plant Records found their last 9 artists off of TikTok and Instagram. They went viral, but then the records don't go number 1 on urban radio. It don't go number 1 on pop radio like Z100 or, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It don't go number 1 on classic sounds radio like WBLS or the joint don't even get a commercial spot on 1010 Wins. You understand? So the folks that audit, they seeing all of this and they're like,
yeah. Oh no, it's been
something ain't right.
No, it's been that way for a while. I think what it is also too, due to the super influx of independent artists and just alone, I'll say this, just alone with technology itself.
Yeah.
And you've seen the podcast interviews.
Right.
With artists and older artists.
Like all of my favorite rappers, most of my favorite rappers are now podcasters. Literally, most of the guys that I dreamed of working with, they're not even interested anymore. And that shit, it breaks my heart because I'd be like, damn, like, I'm a student of the game. I watched you actively be something that I wanted to be, and now it's like, and I ain't gonna lie, man. Some days I'd be like, damn, do I really even want to be an artist still? Because like you go through the stuff like I'm going through, got a viral record, like even with the Lil Mo thing, like Lil Mo is just like clearly this record is the reason why she's back on tour and she's popping again. 14 years, it was quiet. And I'm not saying this to disrespect you, Lil Mo, but we had the talk that we had, and you know what we had, and I just don't understand. I'm black, you black. I got the producers. I'm a writer. I got the writers. What, like, let's get busy. Like, what's the problem?
But then again,
I don't get it. The record.
I'll say, all right, from my assessment, I hate to say it, but the Willie Lynch letter, it's still
Yeah,
potent.
once you brought that up, I already.
No, it's still potent.
But see,
you can say people can say what they want, say what they will. The concept itself is still heavily potent within our culture, within our community. You're right. We could argue it. We could all
you're right. No, you're right. You're right.
We could all fucking feel away or not feel away. Listen, man. What the best I could say to you is, hey, 10 toes down. Just make sure your ship is fine.
I mean, look.
I'm just keeping.
No. You're not saying nothing wrong at all. I can't argue with that. What I will say is, I would be ungrateful to be completely well, not even upset, but I would be ungrateful to be mad at Lil Mo because she can make one phone call and there's no more Forever remix. It's over. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So I could, I'm not mad at that. Mm-hmm. Just how I saw this rollout happening in my head, it was way bigger than the way it's happening now.
Yeah, and I also want to add on, not to cut you out, I definitely want you to land. Yeah. I also want to add on, my creators, we got to understand it's okay for you to be transparent without being disrespectful.
Yeah.
Flo right here, she's expressing about what she felt or what she felt in need of what she thought the collaboration was going to be. You know what I'm saying? We also got to understand collaborations now in 2025, they're very challenging. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. Yeah. And I get it. And I'm not defending because I don't know.
No, this is not a defense thing.
I'm speaking transparent, but I'm also speaking of what you're speaking about, to the creatives and everything like that. When it comes to collaborations, you really got to dig deep. You really got to dig deep with these collaborations. Like, even with DJ Chase and I, right? Could DJ Chase not have taken a chance with Remo Marac and make him the A&R and also co-owner of his label that he has?
Yeah.
No, he didn't have to take a chance.
It's true.
But he did, right?
Yeah, he did.
And for us, don't get me wrong. There's times we bump heads and everything like that. But
that's human.
It's human, but also too, there's an understanding of, okay, this is my power. This is how much my power is of what I can do. This is much how of your power what you can do.
Right.
You got to understand that. And I feel for y'all, like, it was just unfortunate, I guess, a mishap per se. I'm only speaking on the outside looking. I'm not saying that's the definite situation.
Yeah.
But because on one hand, you have a vet who's been in the game for almost 30 years. Right. We have you, a vet, a newly vet, right?
Yeah. I'm like the young vet.
Young vet, but you know what I'm saying? I believe for you, I'm just guesstimating, let's say 15 years. Let's say about 15, because I'm next year for me makes 20.
Oh yeah.
April for me makes 20.
I'm just
guesstimating
15. You mean like actually being in the industry or trying to?
Being in the industry.
Being in the industry,
business,
about 10. About 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? So there's a gap right there, right?
Right.
Because 10 to 20 year gap.
That's very true.
Right? So you got to understand, okay, granted, you may have a great marketing plan, right?
Right.
But for a Lil Mo, and a Lil Mo, I'm not going at you. I'm just speaking of it, right?
Yeah.
Outside in again. She has been so she's been so battle tested.
Yep.
Okay? You know what I'm saying? To a point where, she may see something two avenues ahead.
Yep.
In comparison to what you see, right?
Right.
But eventually in time, because the time is key, the mesh will happen. Right? So at the end of the day, once again, my creators, I'm just speaking to y'all and I'm speaking of the story of what she's expressing. I'm gonna let her land. Don't take this to think that this is something that could brew into a beef or whatever have you. It's an artist being transparent about what they felt within them.
Right.
Of what the situation, but then definitely continue.
Right. You keep calling me she, and I don't want to confuse the viewers.
No, that's she. No.
You know what I'm saying?
My bad. I apologize.
We might have to, I don't know, edit or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. But no, again, I'm not mad at Lil Mo. I'm just like I don't understand how you could see this thing growing and you're not getting a part of it to give you 5 more wins. Versus a second win on Instagram, on TikTok, and on YouTube, and then now you're on tour with Cat Williams, and you know what I mean? How I broke it down to her, I said, look, I said, Mo, this record is gonna go crazy when we this before the lyrics was on it, because I gotta shout D Sparks. He produced the record.
D Sparks already.
Yeah, D Sparks is he's one of the biggest Light Feet producers, if I'm not mistaken, because the Light Feet community will chop my head off.
Oh yeah, you gotta listen. You gotta be accurate.
But correct me if I'm wrong. So, long story short, it went viral. The instrumental went viral. And what I think happened was this. I think she looked at the producer. She looked at Sparks. And it was like, oh, how cute, versus her seeing an entity. You know what I mean? I think
that's a possibility.
I think it was one of those things, because when I met her and I started breaking everything down, I was like, we're going to beef up the drums. We're going to beef up your vocal on a sample. And then, I'm going to rap on it. We got a whole rollout. And she was like, yeah, let's do it. No problem. She even said she would be in the video. And then once the record came out and started going more viral, she started getting booked again and stuff. And then it was later for me, later for Sparks, later for the challenge, and then she does little weird stuff like, if I repost the video or the record, she won't repost it. But if somebody else within the industry does it, she'll repost it. So I don't understand.
It's tough.
I don't get it.
It's tough to express, because, like I said, I'm on the outside in, so I get it. You're speaking your truth, but
I'm not mad. I just don't understand, because if it was me, and I got my wind from a 14-year hiatus, what we doing? I'm bringing. She used the record at BET on the pre-show. She used this. You're using the song, so you obviously know this joint got me hot right now. Then you went and tried to redo it with Kalani. So obviously we know this joint is moving. You know what I'm saying? I got everybody from Korea to Spain to Brazil dancing to it. So that's why, and I know she sees that. I even kept her name on it, Lil Mo featuring Flowboy, because when I first started doing the record, it wasn't about doing a Light Feet song. It was about paying homage to Lil Mo. That's how this whole thing started.
Right.
It was about paying homage to Lil Mo. When I was a little boy, I used to always listen to her, and because I used to listen to Fab a lot, and her and Fab had a lot of records together type. So, and when I met her, we started talking. I'm like, oh, we're about to redo the Fab and Lil Mo thing. You know what I mean? And it was just like, Oshkosh Bagosh, like, you know what I'm saying?
Oshkosh, Oshkosh Bagosh was crazy flow. Come
you know
on.
what I'm saying, bro?
Come on, Flo. I get it, but come on.
But I'm just fucking around.
Yeah, right.
But she, I'm fucking around. But she, I can say this, anytime I see her in the flesh, it's never no, fuck off. It's never no treating me like a peon. It's never no any shit like that. It's never none of that. So that's why I be like, well, our relationship is pretty cool. So what's up? Let's go all in.
So let me ask you: do you feel? Because that's a good. I mean, that's a good segue to like mentally talk about something. All right. So do you feel not unappreciated, but do you feel more so because what you went in with your premise, it just didn't meet up the gist?
I mean, I could tell you this. I'm disappointed by half of this rollout because I had the two real boys in the video, right? So the initial plan was, what if we could get the two real boys, like a sports athletic, brand deal, brand awareness, whatever. Because, we can call Powerade. We can call, Red Bull and whatever. I think Red Bull's already involved with Light Feet. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because not Light Feet. I was at their event. They're involved in the breakdancing culture.
Yeah, okay.
So
cool.
I was at the One Cypher. Shout out to One Cypher for inviting me out.
Yeah, I heard my boy was there. My boy killed it. My man, Storyboard P, aka Picasso Baby. I heard he battled somebody, and destroyed.
Yeah,
them.
but Kid Break was one of the like highlights. He OD'd. Kid Break
Okay.
wild out. There was I think Picasso. I think I wrote the story about that. Yes, Picasso.
Yeah, that's
was
my
cooking.
guy.
The Asian kid that was in the Olympics. He was amazing. Even though they didn't vote for him high, but he was amazing.
Yeah, that's fire.
There's another dude. Oh my god. The girl. Oh my god. The girl from Jersey. I forgot her name.
Oh yeah. I know
girl
he's
from
talking
Jersey.
about. I know he's talking about. I know he's talking about.
She won the championship in the females division.
Fire.
She cooked.
Very talented.
I forgot her name. So sorry if I forgot your name.
She's talented as hell.
Yes, with Red Bull. Yes, to my understanding, they're of that realm.
So I'm like, okay. Sparks does this thing with his shoe. It's the shoe trick. That's why in the beginning of the song I said, I switch kick shoe tricks like I'm D Sparks, because he does this thing where he flips the shoe up and catches it and then pulls the shoelace out and, the whole 9 yards, whatever. So I'm like, all right, this was the plan. I said, look, you guys already have a buzz with the dance community.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys did reels and be a part of the immediate marketing and promo of this record, it'll be easier for me to pitch to Everlast, pitch to Red Bull, pitch to Gatorade, pitch to, you know what I mean? Long story short, I was told by D Sparks, he said, I can't make nobody promote you. And I'm like, bro, this is not promoting me. This is promoting us. And and it's hard to talk to people that don't know business. They don't understand marketing. They don't understand how it all works. Long story short, I paid for the video. I paid for everything like I always do. And nobody was happy with the video. He's like, yo, you can barely see us in the video. So in his mind, he thought him and his friends were going to be dancing all through my video, whatever like that. Now, I did agree to have them in the video, but at first I was like, I'll just go get some kids from Juilliard or some kids from Broadway that all they got to do is watch a couple videos and they'll do light feet, because the light feet community don't mess with me like that. So that's how I was thinking, you know what I mean? So, and he was like, he gave me this whole thing about his friends and this and that, whatever. So I was like, all right, cool, no problem. And I said it, I was like, if they're not a part of the immediate marketing promotion, then why do I have to have them all in the video? Because it wasn't about me. It was about us. When I saw what they were doing, I immediately became a fan, and I liked it. And then I heard all of the stories and all of their trials and tribulations that they go through within light feet, whatever. Then I heard niggas just be playing victim, ain't nobody doing nothing to know. I don't know what to believe. I'm not in that realm anymore, so I don't really know. My whole thing was like, I did business. And I did business with a person that doesn't know business. So it turned into a whole thing. And one of the dancers was, I think it was like 12, 13 years old. And something about his mom was going to sue me. And I'm just like, sue me for what? Like, you guys are in the video. I even went against what I said I was going to do. The only thing I said, I was like, look, I'm not going to make it too much about y'all if we not going to all push this thing together.
Right.
You know what I mean? They drew their line in the sand. I respect that. When you draw your line in the sand, I respect it. So, but you can't draw your line in the sand if you ain't got no money. Yeah. That's the part where the disconnect is. So anyway, long story short, the video gets done. Sparks doesn't like it, and he's like, yo, take the video down. And I'm like, excuse me? And he's like, yo, take the video down. So I said, okay, no. I said, I'll take the video down if we're partners and we're taking the video down. That's cool. Just make up for the financial loss that I'm taking for taking this video down, because you're saying we're partners. So he's like, why do I have to pay you? I said, I'm not charging you. I'm charging D Sparks. That's the entity. The entity that is D Sparks is in business with Flowtime Entertainment. The product is Flowboy Duce Forever Remix. So if we have to take a small hit, that's no problem. If you're my partner, I respect it. Just make up the lost finance. That's business. I'm not.
But you know what it is. Not to cut you off. You know what it is though. At the end of the day, because also we do have to wrap it up. But you have to understand, it's hard to do. It's in this time and era. It's hard to do business with people that just flat out don't know it. And D Sparks, don't take it as I'm coming at you. I'm not coming at you. I'm just talking generally.
Right.
That's just what you got. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to, like I said, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to this creative industry, entertainment, or whatever have you, it's hard to really find the ones that are your own ilk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
just keeping it a buck.
You're not lying. No, you're not lying. You're not lying.
Keeping it a buck, son.
You're not lying. Long story short, I even try to sign him to the imprint because you know I got my imprint under Sony Orchard. So I was explaining to him. I said, look, the beat is viral. 1 million streams is the magic number. I said, I sign you to Flow Time Entertainment. We use the ISRC codes from that beat. Sony is going to ask what's going on. 1 million pings the system. So Sony is going to be like, yo, what do you want to do? I told him, I said, the outcome of this is you're going to get a publishing deal and you're going to be able to produce for bigger artists out of this. So we start putting his deal together to sign him to my imprint. Had legal. What happened? His publishing wasn't together. So legal got on the phone for him with BMI, and I asked him, those calls are like hours long. You know what I'm saying? That costs money. You know what I mean? Each call is about $5,000 for somebody to get on the call, whatever. Lawyer to do paperwork, that's another $5,000. So you owe my company $15,000 while you running around telling people that I was a slime ball and this stuff like that. At the time, he's not doing it anymore. At the time, I got to be very clear because I don't want people to think.
Yeah, no, you're being transparent.
Yeah, at the time. Now we cool. That's my guy. But I was never mad at him. He was mad at me because he didn't understand business. And then his friends, they didn't understand business either. He went into this whole thing like, you hate my friends. And I'm like, I don't even know those guys. Like,
once again,
I don't hate anybody. I'm doing business.
I don't know you. I don't. And I'm not trying to be funny. I just don't know you.
Yeah, right. Right. And right. I mean, so I said to him, I said, if a major label was involved with this, you wouldn't do none of the stuff that you're doing to me to a major label. You would, and I'm trying not to bring race into this, but if one of them white men in them suits came down and told you the same kind of stuff that I told you, you would go for it. But because you feel like I can reach you, it's too good to be true. You know how, bro, even with the whole Day 26 thing, like, people are still not, like, they still not grasping, like, I'm in the game, bro. Like, what's up with you? I don't got no 9 to 5. This is my job. I make a residual off of, not to tell my business, but I got a residual off of a movie that I did in 2015 of a sync license. I still get that check. You know what I mean? I do product placement. So when I be looking at folks, it's like, it's still unbelievable to certain people. It's like, whoa. Well, it's like, so what do you think I'm doing? How do you think I afford these diamonds in my ear? How do you think I'm getting in drop tops and flying business class and these things is anybody can do this stuff.
No, it's achievable, but you got.
But I'm doing it without a 9 to 5.
You got connections to the perks.
So that's why that's why
to the perks.
Even with the BET thing, right? Went out to LA for Talent
BT
Tonight.
Shout out to BET.
Yeah, big shout.
BET weekend.
Facts. Big shout BET weekend. Big shout Talent Tonight. LA. AJ, Eric, Chris. Big shout to all of y'all. I ain't gonna say no name, but it's a lot of guys that people look up to in the town that went to LA and nobody cared. You know what I mean? Nobody cared.
And to wrap it up, this is why with Remo Marak, that's why the SEO was working, kid. Boom, boom, bop, boom, boom, bop, bam. All right, my creatives, listen, we got to wrap it up. Definitely Flowboy Duce. Yo,
appreciate you, brother.
Beloved.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Let everybody know where to follow you at.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's the kid Flowboy Duce, a.k.a. Don Dripiano. Follow me on Instagram, ITZFLOWBOYDUCE. I spell my name like that because it stands for Demanding Upper Class Experiences. YouTube, Flowtime TV, all one word. All videos of the Forever Remix video is up. Got some of my other music is up. I'm working on some new music. I just linked up with couple other producers. I just linked up with some of Kanye's people and Chris Brown's folks and all that. So 2026 is looking
real
crazy right now.
We're gonna get some caliente. You already know what it is, my creatives. You know what to follow me at. Remo Marac _. You know what it is. Cuts, Culture, Urban, Tech, and Sports. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google, Apple, YouTube, Amazon Music, DJ Chase Radio, FM. You know how this goes, my creatives. Hands over the eyes. It ain't the white, baby. It's the two up, two that two over. Ruger's up. You already know what it is. That's peace.
Everybody with a check ain't certified. If you look behind these shades, you see a murder eyes. A lot of people that I beef, it wasn't worth my time. Got my